Hey, howdy. Welcome to Patreon 8. Finally got it out. Happy to have that decade list done. We can work on new things for once, finally. Proud to finally bring you 2 consecutive series that I've made here on my Patreon exclusives. Well, I guess 3, kinda? Yeah, 3. We've got the committee, we've got the rankeds that I do here, and we're bringing back Ducky 15. It's been a little bit since I've done one of these, so it's finally time to see the arrows in action, to see where things have moved. And, with personal music, it's very easy for things to move extremely far very quick. Are there repeats? Yeah. Are there a lot of repeats? Not really. There's enough for me to emphasize the fact that they're here, but in reality, we do have a lot of new stuff that I haven't talked about, and that's just how things go. Sometimes you like a song for a minute and then it falls out. Sometimes you think you don't like a song too much and then all of a sudden you kind of hear it in a new light and it's in your 15 best. So that's what we're doing. These are the 15 songs that have revolved around my life the most in, I guess, the month of May. Once again, we have an all positive episode. There are no bad songs in here. I'm anticipating that at some point I'm going to be working on a video and it's going to have something that's bad, but that's not today. We are still talking about stuff that I love, definitely at least extremely like, and are currently listening to. So let's just get in there. Also, the $7 patrons picked the game you're currently staring at. Again, I don't know what it is. I'm recording this before I put the poll up, but thank you for this game. It's a sick game. This MGK Revolution is definitely coming around on me a lot better now. I will say that I do like My Ex's Best Friend a good deal. Nothing compares to My Bloody Valentine. My Bloody Valentine is so enjoyable, and, maybe I just really want more Travis Barker joints, but this is really here because Rock Band. This is available on Rock Band, so I have been playing this drum part a lot, and it is one of the more accessible Travis Barker songs. Travis Barker parts are intended to be very hard. I'm not saying that, he needs to ease up, because, he's top 3 drummers. Travis Barker is incredible. But this one kind of holds back. It's playable for the normie peon with the dumb brain like myself. So I enjoy playing it. It's really fun. It's just a fucking great song. And what's interesting is that MGK is coming to Jacobs Pavilion in Cleveland this summer, and they play promotional songs, like the songs from his newest album that he would be playing, and they sound pretty weak. Like, I don't have an intention to listen to that new album. I just really, really like this one song. I like the other hit a lot too. That's about it. He's doing good. It's definitely a lot better than being a shitty rapper, but at the same time, I got other things to listen to. So about a few months ago, me and Calvin were just kind of discussing bands. We had time to waste. He's playing this random song for me. I don't even remember what the song is, but he's like, hey, there's this prog rock band that you need to check out. They're like Dream Theater, but they also have a horn section. I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty cool. That's interesting. I forgot about that interaction completely. So I start going through my Discover Weekly, and one of the first songs that I hit is Mr. Invisible by Thank You Scientist. I listen to it, and I kind of have a Brian Scary moment, where I'm thinking, where has this been my entire life? This is amazing. Oh my god. This literally is Dream Theater with horns. And then all of a sudden I remembered that Calvin suggested this band to me, so I asked him what the name of it was, and it was Thank You Scientist. It was the same band. How fucking wild is that? If I haven't made it clear, everybody needs to use their Discover Weekly if you use Spotify. That thing has ruled my life. I wouldn't know nothing but thieves without Spotify Discover Weekly. I wouldn't have had that Japanese hard rock phase that I had last year if it wasn't for Discover Weekly. It really does do a good job. Some are worse than others, But here we have Mr. Invisible, the Thank You Scientist song that sticks out to me because it has probably one of the most epic endings I've heard in a long time. There's something about simple lyricism put with really grandiose singing and really lofty ambitions that I eat up every time. And that is exactly how this song ends. Stranger Heads Prevail is my favorite album of theirs. I've listened to 2 out of 3 of their albums. I enjoy that album a lot. I'm honestly planning on getting it on vinyl. It's good. It's a great band. I would recommend checking them out. I can't believe it's only Wednesday. If it's Wednesday, I'm thinking about this song. I don't think we've ever had a song for Wednesdays, but It's Only Wednesday by the Crash Kings is my Wednesday song. Sometimes I think about it earlier in the week because it's not even only Wednesday yet. It is a song that serves a very succinct purpose. The middle of the week sucks because it's not the end of the week. As a person who works Monday through Fridays, I get it. Same deal with Stranger Heads Prevailed, Crash King self-titled, also a very, very good album that I just discovered. I'd never listened to it, only because Parallels, I discovered this song in Discover Weekly also, and now I really enjoy that song. I got Mountain Man on Rock Band. Mountain Man's not one of my favorite songs on the album, but I like the album, and I'm supporting Harmonix for at least putting artists on there that I know. They're usually not very good about doing that. Self-titled, very consistent album. It's Only Wednesday, very, very good song. It is my favorite song off of that album. The second album's okay. I don't think it's bad, but it's a lot weaker. There's some good songs on it too. Raincoat's also a banger, a goofy song, especially if you're a Curious George fan. Regrets! Oh, there we go. There's our first repeat offender. I think it's going to be common with these lists that what's going to happen is a song that's really up high in the list is, it's just going to check down 8 to 10 spots. It's just kind of going to happen. Like Regret, I still love to death. It is a song where I hear the drums come in and I'm not skipping it. I will listen to it. This song is phenomenal. It just makes me wish that I could get to Heaven on vinyl. You can't because they had a limited vinyl run, and to get a very standard edition of it, it's starting to be at least $2, and I'm not willing to go that far for a vinyl. When I've got 100 plus sitting behind me, I'm not going to spend that much on one, because the next time I'm going to be able to listen to it is like 5 years from now. But everything is kind of surging into my top bands. Again with the vinyls, I keep buying their stuff, and I really, really like all of their albums except for their first. Their first album, they're kind of trying to find their footing. There's one song on their first album called QWERTY Finger, and that is one song where they've figured it out. But after that, they have it. Like, I think every album, except for their newest one, has had 2 10s, at least. And usually I can't get that consistently out of a band. They're just good. It's like me liking Block Party in high school, and now my taste is maturing into a more balanced, more overall great band like this one. And Rob, I know you're not hearing this right now, but thanks, man. I owe you everything for recommending this band. For once it wasn't Discover Weekly. Although Night of the Long Knives did come on my Discover Weekly, and that's what made me want to buy a Fever Dream. But I digress. Regret is still good. It's really great. This entry was more me rambling about formats and random stuff. My B. Come on, dance with me. I'm levitating. I think the remix is a 5. The remix isn't what's here. I don't think DaBaby detracts that much from the song as I originally let on. Like, an entire point off is my 34 to 35 remix analysis. It's a person who's good makes a fucking terrible mistake in the song. It's a rapper I don't like in the song. Levitating remix is not that. DaBaby is pretty inoffensive and he's not bad. He's absolutely fine. The interesting thing about Levitating is that this song is probably having about the same chart run as Don't Start Now, like maybe a smidge less. and it's literally not being heard on the radio nearly as much. And it's just the DaBaby thing. It's so sad that this DaBaby remix is the thing that scares radio stations away from having it here. It's dumb. The other day, I heard Beautiful Mistakes without the Megan Thee Stallion verse, which is the most inoffensive, very easy to accept verse. It's not good. I kind of want to make a video about radio at some point, just kind of exploring how shitty it is. And yet, it's still the main way I get music, so I still love it. I still don't think it's as good as Don't Start Now, but I still hear it every once in a while. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, that's Khalees. That is the Milkshake Lady. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Like, I don't think I hear her in the song, but yeah, that's her. It's a weird feature credit, I'll say that. Anyway, this song is an epic jam. One of my friends recommended it as maybe something I'd like, and yeah, I really like this. This scratches a spot that I didn't know I wanted scratched. It is a fucking female empowerment anthem to the nth degree. It is slamming down the establishment. It fucking rocks. And it is earned. It's very good. And that's why now I'm going to talk about the album, which is annoying, overbearing, and is only this for every song. I tried it. I don't like it. It's not a good album. It's a good message. It's a good place to be. Female empowerment is awesome. I love it. The problem is when every song is about it, it gets old really quick. But do you have anything else to say? You're a badass. Okay, I believe it. Stop making the same song about it over and over again. Deal With It is the only song that is really pop heavy. I love how this song sounds. The rest of the songs are not enjoyable to listen to. They suck. I don't like them. So this is a bad album with one fucking glorious song. I would also love to talk about Hi-Hat Triplets. That's awesome. That's an awesome change of pace for this random 4/4 pop song. It's sick. And yeah, I am going to call this a pop song. And that's why I like it as much as I do. And none of the other songs, because they're too abrasive and too hard to take. Good for you, ma'am. Can see a flashlight cutting. Sad. But seriously, this drum work is fucking sublime. It's nuts. Praising the 16th note riff aside, I mean, this guy, he is moving his hands all over the kit, and it is wonderful. It is so fun to listen to, and even the changes of pace, when he slows it down, it is still slamming through. What's interesting about Flashlight is, if you go into a discography of the Front Bottoms, it is track 1. It is the first thing of theirs you hear. And I'm working my way through their albums, and I don't think anything's going to touch this. This song is so good. Usually what I do when I'm trying to get more into a band is I'll look at the artist page and I'll listen to that top 10 that Spotify puts at the top. Usually I fall in line with the popular opinion, if it's an act's best song, is that it's also the most popular song, which for sure is not true in many cases. But I find it is a good doorway to see that artist, kind of a good cross-section, because they'll have just a bunch of albums, and it's like, okay, here are the singles. Here are the songs that people connected with and listened to more than other songs. And I think I quit listening to that top 10 pretty quick, because nothing's Flashlight. I said sad at the start of this entry. This song is tragic. There aren't very many songs that I listen to that are overly sad and I feel. You got When the Party Was Over. You have different best list of all time spoiler that I'm not going to say. There are not very many, but when a song scratches that sad itch, I feel it. I'm all in. And Flashlight is majestic. And yeah, I'm only 2 albums in, but I'm working my way there. This is the best song of the first 2 albums, and a few of the singles. We're getting there. Something's coming, I don't know what it is. I don't think I've formally said it. I love West Side Story. And I'm not a musical guy at all. Yes, I for sure enjoy music as the favorite medium or entertainment that I consume, but I don't really love musicals. A little too much visual, a little too much corniness. I love West Side Story because when I was in high school, I was in a community college ensemble as a percussionist. We played this arrangement called Symphonic Dances from West Side Story. It is 23 minutes long. And I have some of my best memories playing those mallet parts because I was on mallets the entire time. And Bernstein fucking knocked it out of the park. I can't see another musical without thinking, it's just not as good as West Side Story. That music just gets me going. And yeah, there's a remake coming out, and I'll see it. I'll give it a shot. I mean, you can't go wrong. I actually saw the 1960s movie for the first time a few months ago. I walked in on my parents watching Casablanca and thought, oh, okay. Oh, West Side Story's up next? Well, I guess I'm going to spend the next 2.5 hours on this couch. I love it. I've got the vinyl for it that I bought in a resale shop a while ago. I love West Side Story. You know what I also love? I love Yes. Yes, I discovered last year, is actually my favorite band. I fucking love Yes. They are time-traveling geniuses who will never, ever get enough credit in my brain because they were so ahead of their time and they made 9 albums, the worst of which was a 9 out of 10. Every one of their albums is incredible. Anyway, since my vinyl buying has become, more prevalent and we are soon going to be allowed to go to record stores, probably the last time that I've bought vinyls remotely, I did get the deluxe edition for Yes's debut album. And I need to go through the deluxe versions of these albums. I did get my dad for Christmas the first 12 Yes albums in a CD box set, and they are all deluxes. And I really need to listen to those songs. But what's important is that usually when there's a vinyl like this, the first LP is just the album. Here is the standard release album that you're expecting. I have a few albums like this, but then it'll come with a second LP that has remixes. This one is the same 3 songs on both sides, 2 different versions, which seems a little repetitive, but probably what I'll start doing in the future is I'll just listen to one of the sides. And there's better versions on one side, and then there's better versions on the other. There is a cover of a West Side Story song in Yes Deluxe. Like, fucking forget it. Like, that's one of the greatest things I've ever heard. I remember I was sitting listening to it, playing World War II, just kind of casually ranking it, and all of a sudden, it hit me. Oh my god, this is West Side Story, and I never fucking realized it. It is very much a specific thing to me. Listening to this song, you'll probably think it's fine. It's whatever. I mean, this is just the anime crossover I've been looking for my entire life. Yes meets West Side Story. It's beautiful.
I can swallow a bottle of alcohol in a...
Godzilla is still crazy addictive. Godzilla is still crazy impressive. The only thing I really have to say is I probably should have put it a few spots higher on my best list. But when you just kind of take that cross-section of the year and you're listening to songs to get caught up, it does undervalue the song a little bit. I'd punch it up a few spots. I think it's better than Mood. High Fashion. I don't know if it's better than that. It's close, but put it at number 6. For some reason, I can't remember what the fuck it was Everything I Wanted. That's right. That's why I just didn't talk about that song very much. That's why I didn't remember it. Yeah, I'd say I like it a little bit better than Everything I Wanted. Not as much as High Fashion. Put it in at number 6. It's not in my redaction script. Slight moves I'm not gonna acknowledge. With yearly lists, it's kind of important to keep stuff where it is, because it's how you were feeling in that year. It's when you consumed it. I only redact it if, let's say, Shut Up and Dance makes your worst list. You're completely wrong. That's when you redact it.
Brand new Lamborghini, fuck a cop car.
I'm just happy about Kiss FM. Kiss FM is the radio station that is not scared to play the remix versions. It's not scared to play the songs that maybe you find on the hip hop and R&B stations instead. Kiss FM swings for the fences, and I thank Kiss FM forever. And nothing's changed. It's the best song of 2020, if you don't count the fact that I put Don't Start Now in the wrong year. That's a decision that I don't regret. I caught it. I saw that song was at number 27, and I knew that I was gonna love it to death. And sure as shit, it stuck around, and I still love it. Rockstar is the number 1 song of 2020. Don't Start Now is the number 0 song of 2020. But yes, it is still amazing. Shark Attack will always be here. At least for the foreseeable future. It's fucking Shark Attack. Shark Attack, I think, is a top 10 song of all time. And when I will be able to redact that into the list that I have made for 2017, it'll be there. I think it is a top 10 song of all time. It's fucking incredible. It actually holds a title that I don't give to many songs. Shark Attack right now is my favorite song right now. Favorite does not mean I think it's the best song of all time. It just means that in this current moment, I don't think anything is better than it palette-wise. Like 2015 was Downtown. That song in that period of my life where I'm like, yeah. And it's been my favorite song for the last 2 years. Simple example, when I get to my top 10 best songs of all time, 2 of the songs in that top 10 were my favorite songs in high school. I called one of them my old favorite song of all time, and I called one my new favorite song of all time. And they're both top 10. I love them to death. That's why it's not number 1 on a 15. You know what I mean? It's not the song that is engulfing my life, the song that I'm constantly thinking about. It's just my favorite song. Right? You get it? Whatever. Dinosaur. Arch Enemy is going to receive the Third Eye Blind award of this video. Huge jump. I think when I rated this for my album, I gave it a 9. I think it's a 10 now. I think about it a lot more than I would expect to think about it. And to even think that it would jump over Regret is kind of crazy to me. But yeah, this is the brand new hot toy from the new album that I love, other than the fact that they just released a new single without an album that is also phenomenal and very good. But as I said, I really, really like everything.
First you fall down, then you jump back up again.
KKB has made some of the catchiest songs of all time, and Trampoline is one of them. I will fight to the death that Flamingo is a phenomenal song. Trampoline is just the new flavor. Flamingo is one of those songs that would make a top 30 if I had the insane amount of time to do a top 30. Kind of like Shark Attack, it would always be here. But Calvin had this cool idea where we all submitted to like a top 100 Spotify songs of the year. We just took it and put it in that playlist. And one of our friends had Trampoline in it. I'm like, hell yeah, more KKB. I listened to this album. This album's alright. I kind of stopped listening to it after a while. Like, it wasn't bad. I just wasn't connecting. Because when KKB hits that catchy song out of the park, that's it. And it's just because their songs are just so cute and fun. What are you gonna do? It's just so enjoyable, and I want to listen to it all the time because it really captures that feeling of jumping on a trampoline. It's silly, it's goofy, and it's wonderful. What else do you want? It's so fun and so catchy. You will not get it out of your head if you listen to it too much. Give it a shot. If it doesn't hit, I mean, that was me and the rest of the album. But just give it a shot. See if you like that stuff. Whew. This song is one of the most satisfying songs I think I've ever come to love. I'm lost for words. It's really hard to describe how much I love Obvious. This is off of self-titled or untitled, whatever religion you follow. You know, this is on the album that's got Miss You, Always, Down, Feeling This. And this song just kind of goes by the wayside. And right now, it is one of the songs that I just want to constantly listen to. It is one of those teenage angst statements that you can't compare to. It's just fucking frustration and angst, and it's perfect. It's so good. Maybe part of it, too, is that it's kind of got that Block Party feel. It's got these really raunchy, angry guitars. It's got this full drum work that's not like Travis Barker's usual fast stuff. It's just him moving around. It's very Matt Tong-like. And yeah, it's hard to try to compare Travis Barker to anybody, but it's kind of a switch up that I love. I love this song. It's so good. Just go listen to it. I really don't even want to try to describe it. It's just too good. It's so good it's not number one. And maybe that's because it's not an Everything song. This is the new love. This is the song that I put that vinyl right on my turntable. You start up Arc, and this is how Arc starts. I know I'm talking a lot about those best songs of all time, but Arc has a best song of all time on it. And yet, here's Cough Cough, a fucking incredible song that gets stuck in my head all the time. I cannot stop thinking about this song. And it's just as simple as, it was on a vinyl I bought that I'd never heard. And bing bam boom, I love it more than anything. Everything in tens, man. They just keep putting them out. They are rising very quickly as a band that I think has more tens than most acts. Songs that are just too good. What we have mostly from Cough Cough is the drum work. There's this very precise syncopation that just keeps running through the song. No words. No words. I think about that every time. And now we have to talk about Jonathan Higgins. I think Jonathan Higgins is a top 5 singer. That man captivates a song more than anybody. Maybe more than Stephen Page. Maybe more than Nothing But Thieves guy. Freddie Mercury? Get out of here. The man just dominates every melody. That's it. He gets in there and he doesn't hold a thing back. He is just singing to the heavens. It's incredible. You know, kind of like Eric Nally in a way. It's not at all. It just hits you like a cop car, which has been said in the song. It's the line in the song. It's the line that carries the pace of the song. It's such a good song. Please listen to this one stupid song. I'd appreciate it. That'd be awesome. Thank you. Well, that's it. See ya.